Hey y'all, how we doing? Welcome to Vetted. I'm Patrick. Thank you again for joining me on this beautiful Sunday morning. Got another great video for you today. You've seen the title, the thumbnail. We're asking, is AARO a law enforcement agency? Because they're kind of acting like one for no reason. So why am I asking this? Well, let's jump in and take a look at a tweet from John Greenewald Jr. from the Black Vault, and I will explain. Yes, I've been talking a lot about John Greenewald Jr. this week. It's just, hey, he's putting out stuff that's interesting. There's a lot of stuff to cover in the UFO community, and it's kind of a hard decision every day to decide what exactly to look into and what to, make a video about. On Mondays, tomorrow, we'll have our podcast with the rest of the team, the rest of the vetted team. So I'll kind of be able to knock out, 4, 5, 6 different things all tomorrow. But I thought this was pretty important because, as John says in another tweet, it's something that's not being talked about, and we need to talk about it because it's quite influential. So let's jump in and see what this is all about. As always, please hit the like button if you like the video. That really helps us and the algorithm. So if you support us, that's an easy, free thing to do, right? And if you really like us, leave a comment. And if you love us, you'll subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for the support. You guys, again, are the heroes. Y'all are the reason to do this. So without y'all, none of this happens, and I don't forget that. So, all right, let's jump in. All right. It says the UFO secrecy blanket gets thicker and thicker, yet they won't tell us why. On June 5th, 2023, I contacted the DOD for an official statement on why they began denying numerous DOD AARO investigation-related requests of mine under FOIA exception, citing specifically law enforcement proceedings and law enforcement technique sections. Even though AARO is not a law enforcement agency, nor do they work under one. Let's do this. In addition, no UAP investigation that we've seen or been told about has resulted in any law enforcement action or proceeding. I've followed up 11 times since then to be ignored on most attempts. Where I did receive a response, I'd get an acknowledgement, but nothing more. As of this posting, I have received no explanation or statement that I can quote telling me why they have changed their position or what the justification is. I have numerous open appeals fighting this level of secrecy, but the bottom line, this remains a huge issue that congressional language at this point will not rectify. Something needs to change. So then this gets picked up by John Basham. I'm not sure who that is. Let's look him up real quick. FBI target. What? Twitter files for censorship, meteorologist, AI, data scientist, Army retired, former Texas elected official. Okay, Texas. Hey, local Texas guy. Heard at Sean Hannity. Okay. Seen at AM Thought Leader. All right, well, whatever. I'm from Texas. We're not getting political, so let's jump in here. He says, breaking, the DOD AARO, so AARO, the All-Domain Resolution Office, is using the law enforcement investigation exception to deny Freedom of Information Act requests on UAP UFO events. The DOD and AARO are not law enforcement agencies. How can they use this exception? So basically, right, if they sort of use this excuse, law enforcement investigation, meaning it's open, so we can't give you any information on this because the investigation is still open, right? That's really the idea behind all of this. So, which I think the worry or concern here is that they could perpetually do this, right? Infinitely, forever. Just keep the investigation open, and we can't file any Freedom of Information requests, right, to get some of this. That's the concern, and that's what they're doing. Now, to be fair, they do have investigations open, but I think they're just saying their whole office as a whole is like this whole open investigation. Anything they do within it is just part of that investigation, even though each sighting should be its own investigation rather than the whole office as a whole. Now, granted, is that what's happening? Is that the case? I don't know, right? It's interesting. So, and then John Greenewald Jr. retweets this guy again, right? A fantastic question, John Basham. And it is one I am trying to find an answer to no matter how long it takes. More people need to talk about this and exactly what it means. And the fact congressional language won't circumvent it. So, again, that is sort of the issue here, right? They'll be able to use this to just stop any request from the public to find out what's going on, and then we're just at their will to tell us whatever they want. Right? A problem with the government. It's interesting because we are, right, without the people, there is no government to govern. America was started as a place where the government would never have this sort of reign over its people, right? This sort of authoritarian reign over its people. And in some instances, they definitely crossed the line into that. So what does this mean? How can we change it? We really can't, right? How are we supposed to change what they say? They must have some legal basis to do it somewhere. If maybe potentially they have one law enforcement official who works on the program or maybe connected one time, they could use that for everything. I don't know, right? We need more answers, basically, which John Greenewald Jr. is trying to get and can't get any. So let's stay on this. Let's push for more information on this of what's happening, because that will affect what information we get. It may seem like a small thing, but I promise you it's not. And more people do need to talk about this. It's not being talked about. I don't see it talked about anywhere, which is why I wanted to bring it up. Look, it's only got 113 likes from him here. So I looked up AARO, right? I went on their website here, and there's no mention of law enforcement official, nothing like that. I couldn't really find, there's nothing on here that shows like everyone who's working on this, all the different people who are a part of this program. They're just nothing on here about us. Look, it's just got leadership. That's it. There's nothing else. It's quite disconcerting, to be honest with you, about this. So they got a bunch of coming soon stuff on here. Again, I've done a video about this website already. It's a joke, right? Let's be real. An official website. That's funny. Anyway, so yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. Is that something you feel comfortable with them doing? Sort of using this law enforcement agency excuse, or do you feel that that's overreach? Right. I'm curious if there's anybody that supports this and what reason they could give. I'm all ears, right? I'm all ears. Maybe there's a good reason for this, and I just don't know it. I'm dumbfounded to think of one. And I looked up, I Googled, AARO is not a law enforcement agency, okay? Here specifically, AARO, watch. Where did I find that? AARO, a law enforcement agency. Where did I find that is? What, ARP? No, AARO. Well, anyway, I don't know why that's not coming up. Anyway, it's not. They work in an office with the Secretary of Defense, right? So, um, it has nothing to do with this. Here we go. The All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, is an office within the United States Office of the Secretary of Defense that investigates unidentified flying objects and other phenomena in the air, sea, or space, right? All of that stuff. So it's not a law enforcement agency. That's different from a government agency, okay? There's just different rules that they have to follow. Now, look, the government will try at all cost to not release certain information. I mean, look at the video I made earlier about NASA and the FOIA requests, right, that they tried to block because they had made a joke, right? They'll look, this is just, I'm not saying that's nefarious. I'm just saying it happens. There's, mundane reasons and then peculiar reasons like this one, the law enforcement agency excuse. And granted, I had heard this before, and it had been brought up, but just kind of moved past. But yeah, why? We're just, it's just so hard to get information out of the government in a lot of ways. So hopefully John Greenewald Jr. will stay on this from the Black Vault and see what we can get about this. Because, look, I mean, let's be real. What do we really think of AARO, right? Are they providing anything useful to move this conversation forward? Are they providing a system that can carry through for many years and this be it? I don't think so. I see AARO getting disbanded or whatever you want to call it, shut down within 12 to 18 months. Could be even less than that. I promise you. Watch. That's exactly what's going to happen. And some new one will probably pop up, potentially, or none, or NASA will take it over, right? I don't know. Or maybe it'll just stay this small little office with just like 2 people working in it. What would be nice to know is all the people working in AARO and who they are, right? A list of that. Maybe there's a way to get that somehow. So, all right. Yeah. Tell me in the comments, guys. What do you guys think of this? Is this a big deal? Am I overreacting? Is this not a big deal at all? I personally don't see how it isn't, right? It literally stops all information from coming out because they get to say, well, it's a law enforcement investigation, right? So anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Remember, every day's a gift. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.